Good evening, everybody. What's up? I'm Marty V, and I'm here once again with Eric Brain. We're going to go over this week's new comic books coming out this week. Quite a few on my list this week. A lot more better selections. We got some number one starting too this week. We got a Punisher number one. There's also another one, a Spider-Man, and I guess another Carnage or Venom team up. Weird, but we got two people watching. I know I'm not one of them. But what is up, Breen? What game are you watching tonight?
At the moment, Arizona Baylor.
Who are you rooting for?
Don't care.
Don't care.
I guess Baylor because when I don't care, I root for the underdog.
Right? Sounds good. Alrighty then. Let's jump right into the comic books then. Figured people would jump in, but
I didn't tell you that my brother went to the Carolina game last night down there in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, he told you, and then they lost.
No, they won. Really? They blew a big lead, but they won by 3.
Oh.
And did I tell you he met his favorite player of all time down there?
Who was that?
Phil Ford.
Oh, nice.
And because Phil's fandom goes back, it's pre-Michael Jordan.
Oh, that's wild.
And he became a fan of his. He played on the 77 team. And and he posed for a picture with my brother and then with my nephew and my brother's brother-in-law's son.
Okay.
Phil said he couldn't have been nicer.
Cool. You were just talking about that, about actors that actually appreciate their fans over on Extreme Movie Show. Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan, a few other them there that actually give a crap about the people that watch them and to go their way to make an effort to actually make it entertaining for them. And it's not just about me. And we're talking about how Tom Cruise is a guy we never would expected him to be one of those type of people because we always hear Scientology, evil, bad, blah 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 blah. Turns out to be one of the nicest guys you'll come across.
Yeah, it's weird. I said, Ford is 70 now, and he was just walking the concourse.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, you probably never see Jordan doing that, but it's not without an entourage. But I'm sure most people have forgotten about Phil Ford by now, but he's obviously very approachable and appreciative of being remembered, I guess.
I mean, I would, yeah. I mean, if I played a game, if I played it for a number of years, can you imagine if you're someone like Jordan, and then no one knows who you are because that's how out of touch people are with the game now. All they care about is the new players, and here comes most people, these kids don't even know who Michael Jordan is.
Oh, they know the name, but you're right. A lot of people don't know or care that he played at Carolina.
Yeah. He started out at Carolina, then went to Chicago, right? College, and he was in Carolina College, then he went to Chicago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get the Nike deal when he got to Chicago, or was it when he was in Carolina?
The Bulls.
Bulls, yeah. Okay. All right. Since no one's watching, we'll just talk about these books coming out this week. All right. Number 5 this week is going to be, scroll down, Iron Man number 2. I'm going to stick with it. This is a deciding issue for me, whether I'm going to drop it or not. I was not a fan of Illuminati when they first came around. I don't know what's going on. Is this the real another Illuminati? Whatever. I trust Josh Williamson. Josh Williamson has been doing a good job over at Superman. He's also been doing well on G.I. Joe. This is where we'll find out if it's just the Marvel demands writers to write a certain way. But
maybe that was like a red herring there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said, because I agree. I trust Joshua Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense. You know, for them to, what that he did something so terrible that he has to be taken out.
Yeah.
So who knows? Like I said, it's there's something more to that. It's just that I personally don't care enough to.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I wish it was $3.99, $5.
That's another thing. Especially considering how bad the rest of the company is. I said it's just. Yeah, I've always, me. I like to support an entire universe, or not at all.
I always wondered if they raised the prices because that's how bad they're doing. They need the money.
No, it's arrogance. They've been the industry leader for so long, and they're not anymore. But they're going to act like they are, and they're probably wondering. Like I said, in the '60s when Marvel started eating way into the DC sales, DC couldn't figure out why, and they took all the wrong lessons from it. And it's like Marvel's now doing the same thing 60 years later.
Yeah. So it says friends, lovers, or nothing. Iron Man is on the hunt for the missing captives as Madame Mask continues to twist a knife in Tony's back. Could Tony be really at fault for what's happening? The past collides with the present as Joshua Williamson and Carmen Carnero continue to pave the future for Iron Man. But Steve Rogers, Captain America, throws his mighty shield. But is it with Iron Man or against? And hello to Maronia, saying, you faked me out on the thumbnail as I didn't recognize the Larson cover, and it looked pretty close to the classic covers. And you'll see it when I get, I'll go through the covers here. This is the main cover, which is okay. I mean, all I see is Madame Mask. I always forget that it's on Iron Man's face, but I'm like, This is the 1 in 25, and that's a joke. It looks like you're getting Superboy from the whatever freaking Jay Lucian's been watching. Like he just stepped off that show, like a young kid. It's Captain Teenager. David Nakayama, 1 in 50. That's cool. I was right click, save as. I mean, it's not even a metal print. If it was a metal print, that'd be different. But here's the normal one with the trade dress. Slightly different. I do love the logo on the red, though. Kind of cool for a poster. I wouldn't be shocked if this turns out to be a poster. This is the one I chose for the thumbnail. It's Eric Larson because I love the old comics Marvel trade dress. Don't like seeing the $4.99 in the little box there, but $6.82. I wish Marvel would have kept the volume 1, never started over, just keep going. It's one volume. But I hesitate to see how much they would have still screwed it over if they kept it as volume 1. At least with volume 1, you could separate when Marvel shit the fan, but not the best art, but I love how it just looks old school, everything, and then of course we got the Ryan Sigmund was the original one doing the cover here. This is the Virgin variant. And we got the Scotty Young connecting variant. Still going strong. And Steve, of course, did the Dread Knight variant. Okay. Yeah. So, honestly, I hope that what we saw in the very first issue, the end, I hope that's a fake out. We also know that Marvel has life model decoys. That's their cop out over everything. But it looks like we're going to have MODOK. MODOK has brain control, doesn't he?
As what?
Does Mona can he control people with their brains? Doesn't he have like a something like that?
I don't know if that was one of his powers or not.
Yeah. I know he controls technological thing, but Grizzly's gonna be in here. I've never heard of Bram Velsing Dread Knight. That must be. I guess it's a newer character. But we're gonna have Captain America in here guest starring along. And then we're also gonna have Pepper Potts, which I love the fact that Pepper Potts is back in the Iron Man book, and she's not yelling at Tony. She's being supportive for the most part. You know.
I wish they would. I don't like that. She's the movie version. In the comics, she is a widow. She was happily married to Happy Hogan. She should be Pepper Hogan.
Yeah, but she's been the same one since the 2008 comic books.
When they killed him off.
Or was that? I can't remember. Was that they kill him off? No, they kill Happy Hogan in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So him. Yeah. So. And I wouldn't mind her still being the widow. Yeah, she could be Happy Hogan's widow, but I don't mind her being a love interest for Tony.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
But even we're talking about fictional characters,
yes.
Blah, 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 but that's disrespectful to erase her husband. So
especially when Happy Hogan was one of the more popular characters in the
still be
in Marvel.
Still be Pepper Hogan and being a love interest for Tony, but it's a minor thing, but it's just like the only one I accept is Lois Lane because that's her professional name and she's a big time journalist, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she wants to be Lois Lane Kent, that's fine. I don't like Mary Jane Watson, even though the marriage technically didn't exist, but you know what I mean. It's just
but it's been Mary Jane Watson Parker since they got married, as far as I know. But in the comics they call her Mr. Park. They call her Mrs. Parker. People do that, yeah. But as far as I know, it was Mary Jane Watson Parker. So.
I remember her being Mary Jane Parker, but still used Watson for her profession. But
yeah,
when she was Peter's wife, it was Mary Jane Parker. Anyway. Yeah. I said that's not going to change. Marvel is who they are.
No, of course they're not, because especially when they're doing the Superman Spider-Man book coming out in March. That is ridiculous how much you're paying $8 for less pages than you were the original trade, which came with 96 pages. Not only that, you're getting Tom King writing a Mary Jane Watson Parker with a Lois Lane Kent story.
Maranya, gotta disagree with you on that. I had and read every issue that they were married in, and it was Mary Jane Parker a lot more than it was Mary Jane Watson Parker. It wasn't until this, strong women and men drool, blah blah blah. And
I remember being in the Clone Wars, the second one, the 90s.
If you go back to the 80s and the early 90s, there was a lot of Mary Jane Parker, but I guess that's either here or there.
It's everywhere.
No, that's Roy Kent.
All right. Go on number 4 this week. We're going to drop down a little further to Hyde Street, number 10. It blows my mind that we're only on issue 10 of Hyde Street. It feels like it's been out for 2 years. At least the title's been going. Alrighty go. She reads palms, rigged seances. She whispered lies for coin. In 1920, sisterhood was just another con artist in lace and lace fronts. That's a weird common words. Until her grift drew into the wrath of the scorekeeper and landed her in the cursed dimension known as Hyde Street. Now the man named Mr. X-Ray walks through her parlor door, and he's not here for a reading. He's here to rewrite his fate and hers. So we're actually going to get an origin story of hers? Finally? Been waiting for it.
Is that a guest artist this month?
I believe it is.
I forgot who the regular artist was.
Brian Hitch? No, not
Or
Hitch.
was it Rice?
Might have been. Look, it's Francis Portela. I know that he's done some other stuff. Look, no, he's been doing the art. The last issue. Ivan Rice was So Francis Portela has been doing these issues. Probably just taking a break. I doubt it's anything serious, but
No, I'm just asking because I didn't recognize the name, and I've been gone long enough to where I don't remember who was doing what anymore.
he looks. I see it's Francis Portela. He looks like a biker. Don't I see him? He's one of the members of ZZ Top. All right, so we got the cover here. Then we got the variant cover by Francis Portela. The guys who did the interior art. Like I said, I like having at least a variant with at least, if you're gonna do variants and you want to say you want to do a different cover artist for cover A than the interior artist, at least have the interior artist on one of the variants. It helps me decide if I want to get the book or not. And it's the Lee Koch, Mr. X-Ray, and nasty. Real human skulls. That's funny. Of course, 1 in 20. Sean Von Gorman. Bugsberry.
I wouldn't give you $2 for that.
I like them. I like these covers. I have a collection of them. But I like it even more if I was buying the bagged book and it comes with this as a trading card. A fright in every bright. Bug-shaped marshmallow bits. There you go, Maranya. They're all shaped like bugs. Wait, they had apparently Happy and Perry and what's her name? Pepper had an adopted kid. I never knew that.
Yeah, I think what they did was Tony looked in. They'd been written out for years, and he looked them up, and they'd adopted a kid or something like that. And then when they brought them back into the book, I think the kid was kind of like Chuck Cunningham.
Ivan Rice doing the Youngblood team-up variant. It's a lot of shells. Still doesn't make me. I'm not gonna get Youngblood. No thanks. One of those titles I was never like. I see it and we're like, oh yeah, it's cool. And like, not really. It's kind of like Wetworks and Cyberforce.
Wetworks and Cyberforce, at least. They were better than Youngblood was just the absolute product of its times.
Yeah.
Big muscles, big guns, big boobs, no plot, no nothing, no substance.
I do like this though. We have the actor, all the characters we've met so far in this series. All the tarot cards are there. This is Ivan Rice doing the main cover. Alrighty though, but that is my number 4 for this week. Man, it's really dead tonight here. I had more people watching Extreme Movie Show. It's like there's like no one watching tonight. Am I missing something? Is a State of the Union on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why all the old people who watch this show are watching State of the Union. All right. Well, he's supposed to have all the hockey team members, isn't he? The men's? Yeah. I saw some guy online who's Copa Canadian. He's like, yeah, you guys won this, but you guys suck. We've got more golds. I'm like, since 2011, like, Canada's been shit, and if you're saying that you guys have the better team, our worst team, we're the best at football and everything else. comes to hockey. Hockey, that's their least professional sports. So that's even worse. If you're saying that, well, you got beat by a crappy team.
All I know is the left have become such pieces of shit that they're mad that the men's team didn't denounce Trump. And
Well,
the women who turned down the invitation
didn't denounce either.
said they had prior commitments, but they apparently managed the time to go party with Flava Flav, who is has domestic abuse raps proven.
I know he offered him, but I don't.
Like to
I didn't.
bump of.
So you actually saw somebody accept? I didn't see anyone. I just saw that he extended the thing out, but I didn't see them actually they're online showing them party.
No, apparently that's where they're going.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
But even if they don't, like I said, they're saying they couldn't because of other commitments. You rearrange your commitments for a chance to do something like go to the White House or attend a State of the Union. It's I'm sorry, I respect the office, but only one half of the country does if their boy isn't in there.
Yeah. Anyway, number 3 this week is Green Lantern number 32. The part 1 of the final story of Hal Jordan and Green Lantern be the main character before Kyle switches over next issue. Next issue is anniversary 600. So they're gonna have 2 stories, or a couple different stories celebrating it, and then they're gonna have Kyle take over it for the Earth's Green Lantern. But he's also bringing on Odyssey, the girl, and then also bringing on Connor Kent. So they're gonna have those 3 continuing. So the backup story is going to become the main feature story.
Now, are they going to be on Earth?
On Earth.
Okay, that if I were still buying, that would do it because I like Kyle better than Hal anyway.
Well, we started out with Earth with this series, then we went to Cosmic, and now we're kind of going back to Earth again.
I knew he was going to become the star of the book. But if it was going to be those 3 in space, who cares?
We're going to also have Omega Batman coming back too. I don't know how long he's going. I'm not sure how long he's going to be a supporting actor. He might just become like Kilowog to Kyle. Imagine Omega Batman becomes a Green Lantern. Ooh, that's crazy. All right. The visions that Hal Jordan receives from the Book of Oa grow stronger, leading Green Lantern to make this decision that will change the fate of the Corps forever. And what we know about the Green Lanterns, And a certain question is popped that will have you asking, are wedding bells breaking up that old Corps of mine? Only time and next issue's 600 Spectacular will tell. Can you imagine if they actually allow him and Carol to get married? I doubt it. But
I think they do. My prediction is they get married.
Oh, freaking time.
Well, because they're writing him out for now.
Yep.
And Green Lantern, let's be honest, isn't Batman. If they can marry Superman, they can marry Green Lantern.
Exactly.
So I'm going to predict that they do.
Yeah, because they're not. I have a big feeling that Jeremy Adams is he's been leading up to this. I know some people like the will they, won't they, they're on and off. I've liked the fact that this is a kind of a different take on that. And here's the thing. We all know if they do get married, they'll just say something happened, whatever, and they'll reset the universe. That's what DC does. But we got that Declan Shavely, or Shalvey, cover B, Kyle. I don't think it's worth $6, but Ethan Young variant. Then we have this cover D, the Funko Pop. What's that?
It's amusing.
What's that?
When a cat gets confused because it doesn't know what part of itself to lick next. When they're like in total groom mode.
Oh, yeah. John Stewart.
Nothing. One try to be dirty with that guy. It's just,
No.
It's amusing because, like I said, Coco is like she's all confused because she doesn't know what to. She's licking her tail, and had one of her big old paws. Like her when they stick their, little like, well, whatever count as cat toes. And she just can't decide what to lick next.
I think sometimes the cat might be processing as far as like they just licked on it first. They're kind of trying to swallow it a little bit. They could be doing that, And then they go and then they sometimes they forget, or hey, maybe that part of my body doesn't smell as bad, so I'll leave that part alone. But what I don't get is why is it is that the African or is that the Jamaican flag with the red, yellow, and green?
I don't know.
For Black History Month, I always thought that was the Jamaican flag colors. I could be wrong.
Could be.
But if that's the case, why is it Jamaican? You want to celebrate Black History? Cool. Celebrate American Black History. You don't want to celebrate African Black History because African Black History was all about slavery.
Nothing to celebrate because America's a racist country.
Only in the fact that the continent there was more slaves being sold by black owners in Africa. Yeah, it's so dumb. Alrighty though. Yeah, no one talks about the Chinese and the Irish that were slaves too.
Only Americans practiced slavery. And only white men sold them.
Yeah, right.
Did you read history?
I did, bro. I read the real history, bro.
Yeah, you just think you did. You read Trump's history.
I read Lincoln's history.
Trump wants to bring the slaves back.
I see the whole time. Trump wants to, but you ask him, why has he done it? Because it's because we won't let him. Then why are you worried then?
So some left-leaning comic book fan just tried our channel out for the first time. Listen to that. Nope. Back to Cape Joel.
You know what though? If you you hate Trump, and that's all you talk about is, I hate this guy, you can't say shit about people who didn't like Biden. I'm sorry. Or they don't like Obama kissing the ring of the Egyptian prince. Oh, he's paying respect. The Muslim motherhood. One of the biggest freaking.
Did you just say Breslin motherhood?
It might as well be. The Muslim Brotherhood.
There you go.
They're all Breslins, bro. They're brothers. But they're Muslims. Brotherlands. Yeah. But like I said, believe what you want to believe. You do you. Just don't get salty and try to yell at other people because they don't agree with you.
Yeah, let's speed this up. I want to listen to some Simon and Mother Funkle. I sent you that one, didn't I?
A long time ago. Week or two ago.
Yeah, I thought so. That one maybe. That cracked me up. You can put Samuel L. Jackson just makes anything funny. You can add him to anything.
Weren't you the one saying you're hoping that they kept Samuel L. Jackson on the show?
I would have preferred him to be a regular on Tulsa King, but because those two are just they're fantastic together.
I think you put him on Nola King by himself, it's gonna flop as bad as Sound Invasion.
I don't think it will. I think because I trust Taylor Sheridan to provide it with a good group of people, but I just I just think that would have added. But honestly, Tulsa King doesn't need him.
No.
So I hope whoever they get to be like the second lead in that.
Yep.
That'll be very important. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Number 2 this week is Punisher number 1 by Benjamin Percy.
The skull is back.
It was back in the miniseries. I'm loving it. What was that? Jerry Conway that was pissed. You can go eat a dick. Crime's worst nightmare is back. Yes, the Punisher skull. In an all-new ongoing series for 15 issues, so they cancel it and relaunch it. As unflinching and uncompromising as ever, Frank Castle's memory is damaged and he's hunting for answers, and criminals alike. He'll get more than he bargained for. Both when the notorious and bloodthirsty Jigsaw returns, with Punisher dead in his sights. Man, they're already starting with Jigsaw? Hell yeah. 25 pages for this is for War Wounds, but it's just 32. So what's the backup story then?
You know, Benjamin Percy looks like, it doesn't look like somebody would be writing comics. He looks like somebody would have been beating up comic book fans when I was young.
He looks like he's hanging out with Taz in ECW.
He kind of does.
No. Yeah, and then Drew, sorry, Baumgartner. Is that Pixel grown up?
Well, no, I think if Ned Flanders were a real person.
Yeah,
Frank.
Yeah, he's back. He's got his. Oh, I love it. And this is the Punisher Max. It looks like the Frank Castle, the big, huge one they got in the 2000s. Ain't no skinny boy. Of course, we got the Virgin variant for number 2. And then we have Phil Tan. For those of you Phil Tan, we got a bloody axe with Punisher holding it. And Frank's also got pink eye. There's that blood splatter, can't tell. But I love the Punisher though on the axe thing. I love this. This is the Marvel Television logo. This is Adam Ross, not Alex Ross, but simple and to the point.
Now, I will say this is a step in the right direction for Marvel. So, the Punisher, and even though I don't agree with what's going on in Iron Man, it's not, Tony's not getting lectured for 22 pages.
Yep.
So, I said maybe they're starting to take a couple of baby steps, but then again, as long as they keep steadfastly refusing to give Spider-Man fans what they want, I guess it really doesn't, and X-Men fans, it really doesn't matter.
Supposedly, this new Spider-Man event is going to have Mary Jane and Peter working together in a comic book. Now, some say there's hope that they'll get back together. And they're saying, and then somewhere also saying in Zeb Wells' defense, he was going to have them get together, but then he was forced to do the Pole Paul thing by Marvel. He didn't want to do it. Who knows? All I know is that the fat boy in charge of Marvel right now does not want them together. And I don't get this. Mary Jane? What? Who asked for this? And it says A Rio. It's not Al Rio. It's Ario. But yeah, this look. I'm sorry. I don't want a rocker or punk version of Mary Jane. That is just weird. I mean, maybe if you're doing a 1970s British version, punk version of Spider-Man, which I know they do have one in the but John Teller Christopher, the negative space virgin. Ooh, I bet you all the people who don't like negative space are gonna say, I give this cover a 3. Look at this go. This is the game from the game, though. The Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I thought Absolute Batman was ridiculous. This is Absolute Punisher. Tiny baby head. He looked like he stepped out of freaking Gears of War. And there's the Ryan Stegman foil variant. Oh, sorry, on 2 Ks, Eric. So he's out of Ks. But yeah. Definitely looking forward to this. I am curious because it says 32 pages here. But when I go on here, it says story is only 25 pages. How many freaking ads are in this book? If I'm paying $6, there better be a freaking dossier in the back there talking about the actual book or the character. But Percy looks like a biker version of Doctor Strange. Mean Peter Hooten? No. Yeah, actually, he kind of looks like Garth Ennis a little bit. He's a mean mugging Garth Ennis. And hello there, Summoner. What's going on, buddy? Oh, tough competition with the president on their channel. Heck yeah, bro. Like, there was this Morani in the chat. I was just like, are we even doing this live or are we offline? Like, is YouTube working for you, Breen? Like, there's no one watching. All right, though. That is our number 2 for this week, which only leaves one book left in my top 5 that I recommend. I mean, I could do a lot more recommendations other than 5, but I try to narrow it down to 5. But so going down to my number 1 this week, we got to scroll down a little bit. It is Batman: The Second Night, number 3. The final conclusion to the Batman-Superman Golden Age team-up. Written by Dan Jurgens, drawn by Mike Perkins, inked by Mike Spicer. 48 pages for $7, magazine size, cardstock cover. Fantastic book. It's just awesome. And I think it was Summer, you're the one that's reading the Golden Age stuff. This is, you should check this out. Scarecrow is the big bad villain. You got Batman and Superman teaming up to take on Scarecrow and a guy calling himself like the Executioner or something like that. There's a cloud of fear gas has settled over the city. And the Scarecrow has the people of Gotham right where he wants them. Jim Gordon will take the fight right to Scarecrow's seat of power, City Hall. But will Gordon have to challenge him on his own? Where's the Batman? The Dark Knight has found himself staring down a power unlike he's ever seen. A man of unlimited strength. A Superman. And he has a lot of questions for the Cape Crusader. Will these two find common ground in time to thwart the Scarecrow and Hangman's endgame? Just a freaking fantastic. Of course, that's the interior artist doing the art on the cover here, too. Oh, I love it. A lot better than that crappy show they put out on Amazon Prime last year. Or whatever it was. Ugh. With the gay Harley Quinn. Race swapped, whatever it was. All that bullshit. Bullshit penguin. Yeah. We got Second Night here, cover B by Mark Espinal. It's all right. I mean, I don't like the ridiculously long cape. There's no way he's flying around without getting caught in the door. Him coming out.
Made this cover better.
More derby bats in the background.
There would have been a flying bull coming at it.
Seriously, he's taking the whole entire telephone booth with him because it's getting caught in the door. And then this was dumb. I love the background, but the execution of the way Bruce is drawn. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, Batman doing the whole cape thing, and he's got his cape over his shoulder with the collar hanging there, and he's getting ready to put it on. It doesn't work.
I'm with you. I love the background, but Bruce looks like he's looking to do what you told Jerry Conway to do 10 minutes ago.
It looks like Johnny Dangerously. I'm sorry.
He wishes he looked that cool. Yeah, that's oh man, that's because when you first flashed, I said that's the one oh no.
Hey,
it's like yeah, that isn't even a good hat. Is that a pork pie or is it a fedora? What the hell is it?
I don't know. I know you say pork pie. I'm thinking like, what kind of food is that? That sounds great.
Pork pie. Yeah, that's the fedora. What the cool guys wore. The pork pie is like what the guys going to like. Clark wears a pork pie.
Yeah.
In the
it has a dent in the middle.
Yeah, but the fedoras are like little wider brimmed and.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra. Yeah, fedora. But yeah. I was like, I saw this cover. I was like,
pork pie.
It's supposed to be Bruce Wayne, and he's got the mascara on his eyes, so he kind of looks like they're attempt to draw a 1940s version of Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I know. I said, pork pies are also cool, but they're more conservative than a fedora.
Sounds like a dish, pork pie. Has to be. There has to be some dish called pork pie. It's a pie that has pork in the middle. If there's chicken pot pie, there's a pork pot pie. Damn it.
Now, okay, so this one, yeah, I said I will be getting this. It's the only thing I will be getting tomorrow, unless my cryptology comes in. But
so this, the skulls, the gas. Oh, I love it. And just it's an outline of Superman with a story being told in it. And that's me mugging Lois Lane down there.
I got a free first issue, but I didn't get the second issue, so I had to buy that. And I do want to read this one, so
yeah. This is. I said I saw this coming out. I was like, okay, forget everything else.
I can get this without wanting to buy a bunch of comics on top of it. Sides,
right? Well, it's already got a nice price of $7.
Think about it. That's $6.99. That's absolutely $2. You get $2 more entertainment than a standard Marvel comic with 22 pages.
For $1 more, they get. I think the Superman and Batman, or not, the Superman Spider-Man is going to be like Treasury size. It's going to be like 72 pages for $8. I think it is.
I thought it's going to be comic book size.
I imagine it's going to be Treasury size. If it's not going to be comic book,
if it was Treasury, it'd be 15.
Yeah. But does that track though for inflation?
Batman, Deadpool.
Does that track for inflation though? The one I was according to Google AI, I was saying like a $2 book, which was original Superman Batman, which was 96 pages. Now, and today's would go for $11.34 for 96 pages. Yeah, I can't see DC. Well, I would say they'd probably give you maybe 80 pages for $12 because they're cheapskates. But
no, yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have no interest in reading that.
Oh no! Oh yeah, definitely. I looked at it and I was like, the fact you even put Tom King on the book whatsoever is an insult. You have Gail Simone in there. Why can't they just do one writer, one artist for all 72 pages? They did that for the other one. You had some backup dossiers in there, but it was the whole entire story was written by Jerry Ordway and drawn by John Romita Sr. with Neil Adams doing the cover.
What are you talking about?
The original Superman Spider-Man.
No, it was written by Jerry Conway and drawn by Ross Andrew.
The one I was looking at. Maybe I was looking at the second one.
No, the second one was Jim Shooter writing and John Buscema drawing.
The name I'm thinking around. I know it was John. I'm thinking John Romita Sr. did. He probably did some cover.
He didn't do any crossovers.
Well, they have his name listed on there in the League of Comic Geeks.
No, unless he did.
Credit making maybe.
Unless he did something like he might have been the art director at Marvel.
You know what? You know what it is? I think he didn't do the story, but I think he did like the dossier page in the back book.
He might have.
That's what I'm thinking it was. But as I said, you had one writer, one artist, the whole entire story. This is like multiple stories. Why do I give a shit about Lois Lane and Mary Jane have their own story in there?
Well, that one makes more sense than the other backups in there, but why can't it just be within the story?
Yeah.
And why not just get, one of the greatest writers of all time is still, young enough to do. It should have gotten Jerry Conway to do that.
I would have had Jerry Conway and bring back Jerry Ordway.
They can't. It's obviously they can't get Ross Andrew because he's passed. But
Jerry Ordway would be a great though for drawing Superman crossover thing.
I'd been okay with that, but yeah. But who I think I'd rather have had do it.
Who was that?
And maybe do the whole thing been Dan Jurgens.
Well,
because he's written and drawn both characters.
Well, he just did that other one. Remember, he just did that Superman of Tomorrow, whatever came out last year. That was a Treasury he did by himself.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, and he could certainly write both characters, even though
Yeah,
Ben was Spider-Man when he was writing it. But
yeah, yeah. But it just feels like it just feels. It also was like there's 27 covers, 26 variants, main cover, 27 covers altogether.
that Superman, Spider-Man,
Yes, it's a cat. It's a cash grab
yeah, well, it's
because they know the main story is not going to be that great, so they're selling the covers.
yeah, that's brutal.
Um, all right. Speaking of brutal, we got an Absolute Woman, Wonder Woman number 17 by Kelly Thompson until she gets fired somehow after the shit she said about Scott Snyder. But yeah, we got him.
Has Scott Snyder apologized for that yet?
I would probably. I don't pay attention to social media because I don't.
No, I'm saying he's such a a weak sister. He probably apologized to her for his, I'm sorry that I made you feel you had to say that.
I'm just like Doc. I don't give two fucks about their social media. These people just write the book, put the story out. That's it. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear celebrities' politics opinions. I don't want to hear writers or artists' politics opinions. Do your job and do it well. But no, they can't because it's all about me. And I agree with Doc. I was watching the video that Wes put out the other day, talking about the Marvel thing, and he's like, Doc's like, yeah. People don't realize that this used to be a stepping stone that launched you somewhere else, but people are trying to stay there and they suck. They can't go anywhere else because no one wants to hire them.
Well, Doc's only part right. Like I said, when I started in this hobby, the people that were there because they wanted to be. Now they're trying to use it as a stepping stone, but the big two pay so poorly, especially Marvel, that these people can't go anywhere after that because they're not talented enough.
No. The only person I've actually seen that's actually talented to go somewhere else has actually been Jeremy Adams. He's proven he can leave Marvel and DC, or leave DC and work in another company. He did that with Flash Gordon.
No, I'm talking about using it for. But Jeremy Adams has already written for animation.
Yep.
He had a proven track record, but no one's going to hire Steve Orlando to write an episode of Law and Order.
Yeah.
Which is what Jerry Conway did for
you. Steve Orlando doesn't even have to write it. He doesn't have. The dude gets so many chances, and Steve Orlando he's the one that's writing the Superman, I believe, isn't he? Spider-Man story?
No, no. I can't remember either. It's not a bad writer, if I remember correctly, but it's not. Yeah, I said I would have.
Jorge Jimenez is gonna be the artist. I guess one of the stories. But all right. So this week we got Detective Comics. Then we have the Ultimates coming out. Remember, like if you guys see something I'm going past, you wanted me to click on it and look into it, let me know. According to this new Superman coming out this week with Josh Williamson, in the description it says that Superman ends up disappearing. They can't find him. So and while he's gone, Superboy Prime is gonna step in and become the new hero, but all the other heroes don't trust him, so he has to credit prove, So it feels like we're going back to we're gonna have Superboy from the '90s, a Connor Kent, the rebellious kind of thing, being the main superhero, and it even teased that Superboy Prime's gonna get himself a civilian identity, and get a job. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I'm gonna start picking that book up again. What's up?
There's an RDV. Can we see the trades? What the hell? And then he goes, "Hi guys."
Oh, yeah, trades are after this. You know the drill. We go through the books first. Justice League Limited. I dropped that book. I just got tired of that. And it's like you don't even give me the great Batman Beyond. You give me Tim Drake Batman Beyond, which no one liked. Flash, absolute, or actually, it's a normal Flash, number 32. Couple Green Lantern. Void Rivals out this week too. We got Infernal Hulk number 4. The Mortal Thor number 7. Spider-Man Wolverine. This is Al Ewing here. And I forgot who the other writers on here. I think it might be Joe Kelly or whatever. Doing the Amazing Spider-Man Venom Death Spiral. This is the new one I'm talking about. They're going to have Eddie Brock as Carnage, Mary Jane Venom teaming up with Peter Parker versus a new Spiral villain Carnage thing, that spacey killer going around. Weird.
Let me point something out.
It's out.
Spider-Man Wolverine. At one time, well, no, probably still the two most popular characters at Marvel.
Yep.
There was a time when Venom was a license to print money. Look how far down those are for the week.
Yep.
How many rows up do you got to get back to the top?
Well, I'm zoomed in. This is zoomed in normally. If
Okay, they're like the 14th and 15th book of the week, not the month.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I mean, Marvel's just done.
Yeah. We also have Rogue, issue number 2 coming out this week. Harley Quinn number 59. Why is that book allowed to go past 50?
Well, DC does.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have, I said Nightwing's in the hundreds. Not much else is anymore because DC is almost as bad as Marvel now. But
yes. Look at Sorcerer Supreme.
I bet that's Steve Orlando, isn't it?
It is Steve Orlando.
Of course it is.
He's writing everything in Marvel now these days. It seems that way because he's the best writer.
They're awful.
Speaking of awful, the new history of the DC universe, the Dakota incident, number 1.
That's freaking Tolstoy compared to most of the Marvel.
Psylocke, number 2. I hope Tim Seeley keeps kicking ass on that book and keeps pissing off all the people who hate the fact that Betsy is merged with the Ace chick.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing that Second Night is that far down. Inglorious X-Force, good Lord. I mean, you got it. Never see the day where X anything would be that far down for a week.
We got Conan going out this week, number 29. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, number 2. Issue number 7. Spawn the Dark Ages, number 3. Here's the thing, though. What about this? Some of these books this far down are better than the top ones. Top row. Conan the Barbarian has been fantastic. Capes, this is a reissue of number 4. After issue number 7, they're going to start continuing the series. I think someone else is going to write it, though.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yep. Tower Boss with something Simmons.
Is anybody's heard of on Phantom of the Opera? Because I'm curious, it's that far down. That's kind of surprising.
Probably not. Or anything, Tyler Boss and Martin Simmons. Martin Simmons, I think he's been in Department of Truth. And Tyler Boss says you'll do bad things. I've never heard of that one. But Department of Truth has been going on since forever. Man. But Tyler Boss, Kid with the Earrings. Good luck. Becca Carey and horrifying new vision of the story you can only think you know. After a series of violent crimes wrecks the Paris Opera House, Christine Dubois says her career is in chaos, but the show must go on, and Christine will discover that no one, especially the mysterious voice whispering from the eaves, is what they seem. As an old friend returns to investigate these surprising attacks, Christine will find out there's no escaping the Phantom of the Opera. This series will thrill Phantom of the Opera fans new and old with a twist no one will see coming. He's gay. That's what's going to happen. All right. I do like the fact it's like kind of old school. Kind of looks like the old paintings, old books. There's your cover B by Josh Milton. I never cared for this movie story. To me, it was one of the weakest ones. But, eh. That's Anwita.
I think Claude Rains played the Phantom in one of the movies.
He might have in the Universal.
Well, the silent movie's a classic. I mean, just that. Yeah, Lon Chaney. I'm sure that scared the crap out of audiences in 1925 when the face reveal.
Oh. Some weird covers. Get a little cartoonish for 1 in 100. Well, there's the white variant because we always want that. And
in case you run into Martin Simmons in Artist Alley,
right?
Whip a cover,
right? Dan Quinton or Quintana. So far, this is the most creative cover I've seen. There's issue 11 or opera.
Yeah, well, there's way too many covers for this book.
If it was James Tynion, I'd be more excited. But I don't think it's going to be that great. Hulk smashes everything. Number 3, Predator Bloodshed. Don't know who's on it. Looks like Becky Coleman. Coolan is going to be on it.
Cloonan?
It might be. I try to tell. I can't see. I can't read that small print. Black Panther Intergalactic, number 3, versus the Golden Juggernaut. Weird.
Good Lord. They have anything resembling an idea.
Jordan Morass, Rory Coleman with Roland Boschi and D. Conniff. Oh, it's their vice president writing it. It's J.D. Vance. It's the fat version, remember the memes?
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these people are. And I'm shocked that it's a white guy writing this because it's Black History Month.
There's Bobby's brother doing the cover.
Yeah, Ken Lashley. Benjamin Percy was doing the other Predator books, so it's always like it's kind of shocked they're releasing another one. Turtles is out this week. Saturday Morning Adventures. Vampirella number 11. If you want more Christopher Priest butchering the character. Murder Podcast. Save Now. Yeah. The facsimile come out this week. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. Facsimile.
Yeah, every facsimile this week I bought new.
Oh, yeah, I imagine so. 30 Days a Night, Failing Sun, number 3 is coming out this week too as well. DuckTales number 11. Here, let me grab this stuff. All right. I gotta see this. Rocketeer is coming out this week though. So this is interesting. I want to talk about this real quickly. Then we'll go to the trades after each some of the other ones. So Dave Stevens, before he died, left an outlier for this story. And they brought on John Layman to flesh it out. So the Rocketeers returns to save Amelia Earhart in a brand new story by creator Dan Stevens. So I've been freaking out. How the heck is he? Because he's dead. He's been dead for 18 years. But John Layman and David Edgar are from Plastic Man No More, the ones are gonna basically publish another published outline by Rocketeer creator David Stevens. So as the year is 1938, and Cliff Seckert, aka the Rocketeer, is recruited to lead a search and rescue mission. The mission: find Amelia Earhart. Considering the year has passed since the famous pilot went missing, the Rocketeer is hesitant at first. That is until he learns the expedition is the same island Betty ran off to with some scummy photographer, Marco. The Rocketeer will have to uncover a secret of the century's greatest mystery, while to win back his girlfriend. But what else is that waits him on the island? No. So we got this cover, and then we got this cover here. There's a Michael Dooney variant. Then we got the Dave Stevens variant. If I can find this, fuck yeah, I'm getting it. All right, and then I guess there's a couple more ones too. Sean Murphy is doing his own variant to this. I wonder what store they're going to go with, though. Nathan Zerdy for Betty. I wonder, are we going to get where she is kidnapped or by the Japanese held on the island, held hostage? Or is she trapped on some island, stranded? But it looks on the cover, though. You notice there's pterodactyls flying behind them, so we might get some dinosaur out. She's trapped in Jurassic Park. There's also a giant skull. So maybe the Phantom's there. But yeah, really good. This looks really fun. I hope it's really good. And quickly go through here. Action Comics number 419 has come out this week. The first appearance of the Human Target. And Daredevil 183 facsimile. Both those are expensive books. Of course, yeah. And the G.I. Joe Hama Files edition number 2. Uncle Scrooge. A brand new issue coming out through Fantagraphic Comics. The Secret Origin Supervillains Limited Collector's Edition. $15 coming out this week too as well. It's your chance to buy it again. And that's gonna be trade size. Not trade size, but treasury size or magazine. And then Grimfield's Tales of Terror. And yeah, that's all it really is. Otherwise, an Archie and Friends, Space Adventures. This might actually be kind of cool. Oh, so many cool books. But, and then Ordained, I guess it's getting the third printing. I can't find that book anywhere. But going on to the trades this week, we have Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, which was an okay story with Charles Soule. Then we also have the Gotham Cycle, which is Batman Robin, Volume 2. Then we have the Demon, Birth of the Demon, Jack Kirby, Len Wein, and Mike Royer. Yeah. That's $40. Then we go to James Tinian's Omnibus, Volume number 2 of the Batman. Superman Unlimited, Volume 1 with Dan Slott. Daredevil Modern Era, Epic Collection, The Murdoch Papers. The New Gotham City Sirens by Leah Williams. Yeah. Godzilla Rose of the Earth, IDW Classic Collections, coming out this week. Jeff Johns, David Finch on Justice League, the New 52, Book 3 trade. Secret Wars Battle World. I'm guessing this is the most recent one. This is on this Volume 3 hardcover. Huck is finally being released, Volume 2. And Epic Collection Micronauts, the original Marvel years, The Long and Winding Road. Next up is Excalibur, on this Volume 4. The Joker, The Bronze Age, on this hardcover, which is going for $125.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Well, look at it. You want the Joker or do you want the Excalibur onto this?
No, so I have the Joker. No interest in the Excalibur.
Don't be saying they're the same price.
I mean, I liked Excalibur, but not enough to buy an omnibus. But
Then we have Darkwing Duck on this Volume 1, Darkly Dawns, the Duck hardcover. For $70. For $40, get the Barbed Wire Compendium trade. My Gun is the Jury. EC Artist Library and other stores. Hardcover for $40. Look at this. Who's this? Actually, looks kind of interesting. Jack Davis and Wally Wood, illustrated. So, often overlooked parodies are by mad artists Jack Davis and Wallace Wood. They're complete panic stories. Jack Davis and Wallace Wood's crazed cartooning and mad changed the art form and comedy itself forever. But their gonzo parody work in Mad Sisters satire title, Panic, published at the same time as the less well known. To invert that injustice, this volume of the Fantagraphics EC Artist Library presents all their zany, pun-packed panic, lampoonery, especially their pomposity, puncturing movie parodies, including Davis's My Gun is the Jury, Come Back Little Streetcar, A Star is Corn, and Wood's African Scream, Gone with the Widow, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. These visual volleys are verbalized by Al Feinstein, editor of Panic, later editor of Mad, and Jack Mendelsohn, I think so, a prolific cartoonist and writer whose non-comics credits include TV's Laugh-In and The Beatles' Yellow Submarine. But the laughs don't languish. And also included is a never-before-printed Vampires, a righteous romp written by the legendary Harvey Kurtzman and drawn by Wood that vanished after its initial appearance more than 70 years ago. Hardcover, 280 pages for $40. How obscure can you get? That's cool. Definitely a collector's if you're like Wally Wood stuff. Or Wallace Woods. But that was it. Harvey Kurtzman, though, story there. Wow. And then we ended up with Vampirella. And then Action Before the Ban, Volume 1, hardcover. Archival collection. And then we have Gargos. 30th Anniversary, Volume 1, Classics Years, hardcover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtle Power Pack, Volume 3. Flash Gordon, Classic Collection, Volume 6, hardcover for $50. Lisa Cheese and the Ghost Rider. I guess it's a book. And then you got some other stuff, some kid stuff. Little Mermaid, Ariel's Adventure, journal, hardcover. $18 or trade $13. But that's it for this week. Probably the coolest thing I saw out of the trades, though, is still going to be the EC Artist Library. That's for how old it is. 70 years old.
Yep.
Wow. It's as old as my mom. 1954. Or, yeah. 55, sorry. But, yeah, I never really cared for the Demon. Plus, I think that's a reprint, too. Another reprint. That has been collected before, the Birth of the Demon, right? I imagine. Yep. Yeah. Nothing new for that. When I was start the 70s, or when I start the 70s, the year, the Demon trade paperback I'll get, but when it goes down to $20 a year, when I start the 70s. Here's the thing, though. That Demon book, though, it might be out of print by the time you go grab it again. In a year. If they're doing a limited quantity.
I didn't like the Demon as much as the Fourth World stuff. I mean, it just
like I've always loved the Demon as a side character. He's never as a main character.
That's fair. I'll go along with that. I
liked him in the showing up in the Santa Claus Silent Night thing over. I thought that was awesome being in there. Because he brings a little comedic effect. I also liked him in the cartoon series, the Batman series. He popped up in there. New Adventures. Because Jason Blood was best friends with Bruce Gordon. Or not Bruce Gordon, Bruce Wayne. Yeah. But yeah. This is the rest of the stuff here. Variant stuff. Freaking variant. I love Salvador Roca, but I don't want a variant on a facsimile. But look at these all freaking variant covers in the manga. But what's that? Well, then we get into the Panini, which is like the Spanish versions. But that's it for this week, though. Okay, that's weird. All right. Got here late, was watching the State of Union address. I told you, Brain. I told you that's where everyone was, watching the State of the Union address. there was like no one watching except for Mariah popped in like 10 minutes in. But so in case you missed it, I'll read off my top 5. Iron Man number 2 was my number 5 this week. Hyde Street number 10 was my number 4. And the number 3 place was Green Lantern number 32. My number 2 was Punisher number 1 with the new ongoing. And Batman Second Night, issue number 3. Was my number 1. But that's pretty much about it. Nothing for me as usual. If anything, I'll just look at my old stuff. But I enjoy looking at the art. The new stuff or the old stuff? The new stuff, there's not really good art on there. Some, but not a lot. But talking to Breen before we went live. So this is new. I've never come across this before. Apparently, it's a new thing they're trying out. So I figured I'd eat it on the channel and give you guys a review. Something stupid, whatever. So we'll see how it tastes. Already, it's a little weird. It's white. So it's white, but it has brown on the outside of it. So a Reese's cup, little white in the front. So I'm guessing it's a white thing. So you see, it's got the cookie in there. It's still overly sweet though for me. I'm not a big fan of Reese's, so you get that strong Reese's. No, I don't try everything new that comes out. There's a lot of stuff I passed up. If you want to know about the Reese's peanut butter cups / pretzels or potato chips or what it was, you can ask Breen. I think you ate that one. Yeah. It was only available in the king size, so I have about 4 cups. You know. But you know what it reminds me of? I'm trying to think of it. There's another candy it reminds me of a lot. It kind of reminds me of a Butterfinger a little bit. If that makes sense, but not a strong aftertaste as a Butterfingers, but I'd rather have a Butterfinger than that, though. He said that was just a weird thing, though. There's 200 calories per 2 pieces. I guess out of 4. So, let's see here. So much sugars in here. Total sugars, 40 grams per container. Beer flavored Pringles. I've already tried it and it was freaking nasty, dude. I got the Miller Lite ones. They're gross. I kept the can though because it's kind of cool looking though. No. The one I've been enjoying the most so far, these just came out. smoky mesquite barbecue. And I expect it to be overly spicy or smoky, whatever. It just tastes like a normal Pringle. You can barely taste any flavor on it. Even though it's caked with seasoning, it doesn't taste like a barbecue chip. I usually get the normal barbecue ones. Everybody rank me the Police Comics Jack Cole, and man, it was a hit. Did I rank you? I don't know who Jack Cole is.
Creative Plastic Man.
Oh, okay.
Well, congratulations. We're now overlapping with the cover rankings.
Alrighty then. Well, we're gonna end it right now. And I hope you guys had fun. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow night at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing some manga reading, more Konosuba with some the manga crew. We asked if you can go join at 9 p.m. Eastern. Go over at Extreme Movie Show. They're reviewing the episode 3 of season 4 of Columbo over there. So, see you guys later. And thanks for watching.